I know.
He's good, he's good.
Oh yeah.
Continuing his business trip in Turkey, Adam joined a local hunting team for wild boar hunting expeditions. Today, they had a new mission, heading to a cornfield to eliminate the destructive pests. Amid the corn stalks and dense patches of grass, wild boars were hiding, signaling a thrilling and captivating hunt. Let's follow him on this hunting adventure. Early morning is the perfect time for wild boar hunting. As the sun began to rise, the group was already positioned in the field, ready to ambush. Wild boars are most active at dawn, so when the hunters appeared, the animals panicked and fled into the dense cornfields. This time, they decided to use a multi-directional ambush strategy. Just minutes later, a wild boar was chased out of the corn by the hunting dogs. Seizing the moment, the group immediately opened fire. The boar, though bulky in appearance, was agile enough to dodge the initial shots. It wasn't until the third shot that Adam successfully took down the first target. One of the biggest challenges of daytime wild boar hunting is that the boars hide more carefully. They often conceal themselves in cornfields or thick patches of grass, so the hunters relied heavily on their intelligent hunting dogs. But today, they were also quite fortunate. From the middle of an open field, they spotted a wild boar. Hiding behind dry grass, the group patiently waited for the right moment. It didn't take long for the boar to charge in their direction. Without hesitation, one of the hunters in the team seized the opportunity. 2 consecutive shots rang out, hitting critical spots, but the boar still tried to escape. Moments later, the other teammates quickly fired, and this time, the boar could no longer resist. It collapsed in the middle of the field. Despite the sun growing harsher, Adam and his companions continued their ambush in the field. Another wild boar was chased out of the cornfield by the pack of dogs. It charged forward swiftly, but Adam took a precise shot. As the gunshot rang out, the boar was hit. Though wounded, it still tried to escape into the dried corn stalks. The dogs had no intention of letting it go, pursuing relentlessly and barking loudly. The hunters followed and finished it off within the corn. That day, the cornfield was being harvested, leaving the boars with nowhere to hide. As the harvester swept through, a large group of over 20 sizable wild boars was forced to flee in a panic, creating a rather terrifying spectacle. The hunting dogs performed exceptionally, chasing down and catching a particularly large wild boar. The ferocious animal was ready to turn and attack the dogs, but the earlier shot had left it unable to resist. In the end, it was taken down on the spot. The group continued hunting the remaining wild boars. Driven by the dogs, the panicked animals scattered across the field. One by one, the targets were brought down, and their haul grew increasingly substantial. The pack of hunting dogs truly proved to be an exceptional weapon for the hunt. They pursued the wild boars with relentless determination. A massive boar fell into their encirclement, and when attacked by the dogs, it fiercely fought back. As it burst out from the cornfield, Adam, lying in wait outside, seized the moment and fired. A direct shot brought the boar down instantly, leaving it no chance to resist. This wild boar had long, menacing tusks, resembling a colossal beast. Its coarse gray fur and imposing size were strikingly impressive. With this, they had secured a remarkable trophy. But the hunt didn't stop there. This area was teeming with wild boars, most of them large and agile. The team had to ambush and chase them down to eliminate each one. In the golden cornfields, the swift-footed boars fled, but they couldn't escape the rifles of the skilled hunting team. The herd of wild boars began to scatter and flee toward the hills near the cornfield. The group, along with their hunting dogs, resolved to pursue them, determined not to let any escape. After much effort, they successfully ambushed a group of about 6 large boars. Despite their best attempts, Simon managed to shoot only one wild boar, but it was still an impressive result. Soon after, they continued to hide and fire at the remaining boars. Though the herd was numerous, Adam set his sights on the largest boar. When it was separated from the group, his barrage of shots successfully brought it down. The wild boars here were exceptionally ferocious. As Simon chased one and prepared to shoot, it suddenly turned and charged at him. The dangerous attack tore a piece of his pant leg, but fortunately, he wasn't seriously injured. This only fueled his determination to take down the boar, and Simon pursued it, finishing it off in the bushes with a final shot. With their accomplishments, Adam and his companions had an exciting day of hunting. For now, this hunting trip comes to a pause, but the journey will continue, as the wild boar population here remains abundant. Wild boars, beasts that not only devastate crops and tear through fields under the cover of night but also attack livestock and pose a danger to humans when cornered. In the untamed wilderness, wild boars have become a genuine threat, leaving farmers unable to work in peace. To control their numbers and safeguard the community, hunting expeditions must be launched immediately. Today, join us on a thrilling journey to hunt wild boars across different seasons of the year. The chase begins here. Let's kick off the hunt in autumn, a time when the forests don a vibrant golden cloak, but also when wild boars turn fiercer than ever. They ravage farmlands, uproot plants in search of food before winter, leaving behind churned soil and stripped vegetation. Fully equipped, we venture into the golden-leafed forest, where every step could lead to an encounter with our prey. We moved silently through the rustling layer of dry leaves underfoot. Suddenly, the sounds of digging and rummaging echoed ahead. A herd of wild boars was busily tearing through the damp soil in search of food. I quickly closed in, taking a strategic ambush position, then raised my rifle, aiming straight at the largest boar in the group. The moment the shot rang out, the targeted beast jolted and collapsed. The herd scattered in panic, setting off a thrilling chase through the autumn forest. Not letting the beasts scatter, I swiftly pursued the fleeing herd. A massive wild boar lagged behind. I raised my rifle, steadied my breath, and fired. The bullet streaked through the air, striking the prey's body. It collapsed, thrashing briefly before lying still on the grass. A decisive shot. Another trophy claimed in the prime hunting season. Moving toward the forest's edge, a dark shape suddenly loomed closer, charging straight at me. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, locked onto the target, and fired. The gunshot rang out sharply through the autumn forest, the bullet flying true. The dark figure collapsed, completely subdued. Another wild boar taken down cleanly, marking the end of an unexpected ambush. As time passed, winter arrived, the harshest season of the year. Yet, it's precisely now that the tracks of wild boars stand out clearly against the snow, distinct hoofprints and half-gnawed branches. Join us as we embark on a hunt in the frigid winter, fully equipped and ready for the challenge. On the snow-covered hillside, a herd of wild boars was busily rooting through the snow for food in the hushed landscape. I swiftly took an advantageous position, aiming at the largest one in the group. The gunshot rang out, sharp and crisp. The targeted boar collapsed instantly. The herd, in a panic, scattered, trampling a wide swath of pristine snow as they fled. Venturing deeper into the desolate hills, I spotted a shadowy figure rummaging behind barren, dry bushes. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, locked onto the target, and fired. The shot echoed through the icy forest. The beast, struck by the bullet, convulsed sharply before collapsing, lying motionless amid the frost-covered dry grass. Moving to the hill's edge, I spotted a boar scrambling up the slope in a desperate bid to escape. Not letting it get far, I swiftly raised my rifle, took careful aim, and fired. The bullet shot forward in an instant, striking the wild boar's body. It froze, then slid down the slope. My precise shot ended the beast's escape attempt in the nick of time. Concluding this hunting expedition, we overcame formidable challenges and achieved feats beyond expectation. Precise ambushes and decisive trigger pulls helped curb the destruction caused by wild boars across the American landscape. All activities were conducted in permitted areas, strictly adhering to legal regulations. If you're thrilled by adventures like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to join us on our next hunts. And turn on
boars reproduce uncontrollably, devastate crops, and pose a serious threat to the local ecosystem. Faced with that reality, our hunting team was forced to deploy the most effective strategy: airborne pursuit by helicopter. Every flight is a battle, where speed, tactics, and reflexes must be pushed to the limit. There's no room for hesitation in this war. Once a target is locked, it must be taken down. Dawn breaks faintly over the horizon as we lift off. The helicopter gently vibrates as it carries us into the sky. Only a few minutes into the flight, we spot our first target. A herd of large, fat boars are charging ahead at breakneck speed. They zigzag constantly, but their hoof prints in the sand betray them, revealing every movement. No matter how many times they change direction, my rifle doesn't waver. Wherever they go, our helicopter follows close behind. One by one, the boars fall under a continuous rain of gunfire. Just as planned, not a single target is missed. As we advance into the grasslands and denser forests, the chopper continually adjusts its altitude with flexibility, giving us a clear vantage point. The moment I spot a herd of boars below, I steady my grip and unleash a rapid burst of gunfire. Though the helicopter sways slightly, we maintain our calm and precise aim. Most of the wild boars drop, though a few clever ones manage to escape in time. My God, they just keep coming. We fired countless rounds just to bring them down. It's hard to imagine the destruction this field would face if we didn't take them out. The number of boars on the field is overwhelming, forcing us to circle back several times to finish the job thoroughly. The withered corn rows after harvest blend into the dark color of the boars, making them hard to spot at a glance. The roar of the helicopter alerts them to danger, and they bolt at full speed. We use every second to lock on, take aim, and fire quickly. Not a single one escapes. Open terrain and sparse forest like this make it easier to pinpoint the boar's exact location. However, they no longer move in herds. They've scattered in all directions, reacting instantly to the roar of the helicopter above. A tense showdown unfolds. With precise, relentless shots, the boars are taken down one after another, quickly and efficiently. This hunt is not just a test of stamina, but a battle of wits, patience, and the ability to make split-second decisions. Dense forests are considered safe zones by the boars, places to hide and escape danger. So, we circle around, deliberately pushing them toward the forest's edge, then swiftly give chase. Let's see where they think they can run. Before our icy muzzles, the wild boars are swiftly eliminated. Speeds up to 50 kilometers h and incredible agility, wild boars aren't easy target. The helicopter gives us the edge in visibility, but it still has to constantly adjust course to keep up with their zigzagging route. But this time, the hunting team triumphed. Even darting like black arrows, the boars couldn't escape our deadly shots. Skill, experience, and decisive action helped us complete the mission flawlessly. Energizes us too. In just a few short minutes, an unknown number of wild boars are taken down in a rapid-fire sequence of shots. for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.
Winter is always the harshest test for any hunt. It's not just the bone-chilling cold or treacherous rain, but the prey itself, silent, wary, and more unpredictable than ever. In such conditions, every encounter is taut as a bowstring, where a single mistake comes at a steep cost. Today, join me as we revisit the most thrilling moments where courage, speed, and precision are the keys to victory. The showdown between hunter and beater in the frigid hunting season officially begins. The winter hunt begins in the Pindus Mountains of Greece, a rugged, sparsely populated region that serves as a paradise for wild boars. They emerge at dawn or dusk, silently weaving through the slopes to forage. Crossbreeding with free-roaming domestic pigs has made the species proliferate rapidly, becoming more resilient and harder to control than ever. Since before dawn, my team and I have been stationed on the mountainside, ready for a day of tracking the beast. In the thick fog, a cautious black boar appears, advancing to within mere steps of us. I hold my breath, raise my rifle, lock on the target, and pull the trigger. The gunshot tears in the silent air, and the prey collapses, tumbling down the rocky slope before lying completely still. A bold opening shot to kick off today's hunt. What would you do when a bloodthirsty beast charges straight at you? Flee in panic, or stand your ground and face it head-on? That's exactly the feeling I experienced during the heart-pounding hunt in Anatolia, the vast region spanning western and central Turkey. With its forested mountains and wild grasslands, this land is a paradise for wild boars to thrive, unchecked by natural predators like even forest on a tracking mission, a boar steps charging directly toward me. The frantic barking of the hunting dogs pierces my ears, signaling imminent danger. Steadying my breath, I raise my rifle, aim squarely at the beast's head, and pull the trigger without hesitation. The bullet strikes true, hitting a vital spot. The monster collapses, thrashing in desperation before being completely still. A life or death moment I'll never forget. Don't leave Turkey just yet. Another fierce battleground awaits us in the Kızılcık Mountains of Ankara Province, central Turkey. With its rugged terrain, dense forest cover, and temperate climate, This region is an ideal stronghold for wild boars, especially in spring and fall. They're cunning, resilient, and always ready to strike back at any moment. During a long-range ambush, I took down a massive beast, but as I approached to inspect my trophy, the monster suddenly sprang back to life, charging me like a ninja. Acting on instinct, I stepped back, raised my rifle, and pulled the trigger. The fatal shot ended its final cunning resistance. An unexpected, perilous moment, wouldn't you agree? Now, join me as we venture into a hunting hotspot in the snow-covered Vosges Highlands of France. This region stands out with its vast, dense forests, rugged terrain, and frigid winter climate. As a result, wild boars thrive here, lurking among the thick foliage, rarely disturbed by humans. It's no surprise that this area frequently reports traffic accidents caused by boars suddenly darting across roads. Since the break of dawn, I've been lying in wait on a high mountain. As the light becomes just clear enough, a herd of boars silently passes within my rifle's range. Seizing the moment, I lock onto my target, raise the barrel, and pull the trigger decisively. The prey drops with a thud instantly, sending the rest of the herd into a panicked frenzy, scattering in all directions in a desperate bid to escape the next strike. What a chaotic scene. Final hunting ground today is a snow-draped hill in the Apennine Mountains of Italy, a place that has seen significant damage from wild boars, from ravaged crops and traffic accidents to the looming threat of African swine fever. I had an unforgettable beast hunting experience here. The bone-chilling cold didn't deter me. With each step leaving deep prints in the snow, I ventured deeper into the forest. Soon, a massive black shadow emerged silently from the white canopy, swiftly moving toward me. Unshaken, I steadied my rifle and fired decisively. The prey collapsed, tumbling a few times before lying lifeless on the pristine snow. A perfect end to this frigid pursuit. These hunts in the harsh winter close with no shortage of suspense, tension, and heart-stopping moments. Every trigger pull was a mental duel between me and the wild. I hope these battlegrounds left an impression. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join me on the next hunting adventures.
Overnight, the land was plowed up, crops were devastated, and destruction was all that remained. There was no doubt a herd of wild boars had invaded this area. We immediately set out, tracking their traces to stop their rampage before it was too late. But wild boars are not easy prey. They are fast, elusive, and ready to fight back. Will we be able to reach them and take control in time? Stay tuned until the end to witness this intense chase. Wild boars are not just rapid breeders, leading to uncontrolled population surges, but they also possess terrifying natural weapons, their razor-sharp tusks. Their tusks never stop growing throughout their lives, and in males, they can reach up to 15 centimeters in length. They use these formidable weapons to dig up soil and destroy farmers' crops. That is why we cannot stand idly by. Arriving in Isparta, the city of roses in Turkey during this season, one is greeted with breathtaking scenery. Towering mountain ranges shrouded in mist, fresh and cool air, all of these create the perfect setting for an exciting and unpredictable hunting trip. Something just moved in the bushes. Oh, our first target has appeared. A precise shot rings out. The bullet cuts through the air, hitting straight for the wild boar. For the hunting dogs, this marks the grand feast that kicks off today's hunt. The thrill doesn't end there. We quickly spot two more wild boars hiding nearby. Gunshots echo once again, and in mere moments, both targets are taken down. The hunt is going smoothly, but is this the end or just the beginning? Stay tuned. With the goal of protecting the locals from the dangers of wild boars, we push forward, racing for new challenges ahead. Before us lies a dense cornfield, an ideal hiding place for wild boars. Finding them is no easy task, but the hunting dogs are already on high alert. They dash forward, sniffing out their targets and forcing them into the open. A shadow dashes out from the cornfield, but it's not that simple. It's fast, cunning, and constantly evading our aim. We have to make split-second adjustments. Shots fire repeatedly, and after a heart-pounding chase, the beast finally falls. The hunt continues as we press on into a new territory, a vast expanse of tall reeds towering over our heads. This is a paradise for wild boars, providing perfect cover for them to evade detection. But today, luck is not on their side. A quick scan, and we anticipate their path in no time. A gunshot cracks through the air. But it's not over yet. Don't be fooled. One shot is rarely enough to bring down a full-grown wild boar. Another boar has been flushed out, dashing madly for an escape route. But before it can get away, a perfectly timed shot. Dust and dirt explode into the air. Wild boars are not only ferocious, but also remarkably intelligent, comparable to dogs and even some primates.